discuss the impact of invention and discoveries. Right, Miss? Got it with this information?
Yes, teacher.
In your opinion, what has been the most important medical discovery in history?
I think the vaccines, the teacher, can you hear me?
Yeah, obviously.
Yes, is vaccines the pronunciation?
Vaccine. What do you want to say? ¿Qué quieres decir?
Las vacunas.
Vacuum. Vacuum, right?
That is the pronunciation.
Yeah. No es así.
Okay.
Vacuum. Mamá, vacuum.
Okay.
Vacunas. Antibiotics. Estos son los antibióticos, ¿verdad? About short history. Lesson.
Read and listen.
Antibiotics. Today, vaccines can prevent some of the infectious diseases that in the past resulted in serious illness and death. Fortunately, for diseases caused by bacteria, tiny organisms that can only be seen by microscope, vaccines can make the difference between life and death. What are antibiotics? Antibiotics are substances that work in one of two ways. Some antibiotics, such as penicillin, kill disease-causing bacteria. Others, such as tetracycline, stop them from multiplying. History. In 1675, Dutch scientist Antony van Leeuwenhoek, using a microscope, discovered the existence of microorganisms. However, it wasn't known that they could cause disease until French scientist Louis Pasteur confirmed that, approximately 200 years later. Finally, in 1928, British scientist Alexander Fleming noticed that a mold, penicillium, growing in one of his petri dishes, was capable of killing bacteria, and the development of antibiotics became possible. Fleming named the active agent in the mold penicillin, but was unable to create a drug from it. In 1940, during the Second World War, two scientists working at Oxford University, Ernst Chain and Howard Florey, were able to make an antibacterial powder from penicillin that was safe to use on humans. Penicillin was mass-produced for use on soldiers in the war. If there had been no penicillin, many would have died from bacterial infections caused by their injuries and wounds. Soon, penicillin was used for serious diseases, such as pneumonia and tuberculosis, which had always caused many deaths. Fleming, Florey, and Chain received the Nobel Prize in 1945. Antibiotics changed medicine and continue today to enable people to survive conditions that would have killed them before the antibiotic age. Overuse of antibiotics. Since their discovery and widespread use, antibiotics have been considered a wonder drug. Many common diseases, however, are caused by viruses, not bacteria, and antibiotics are not effective against them. Nevertheless, too many people use antibiotics regularly, believing they will cure viral illnesses, such as common upper respiratory infections, colds, and sore throats. Why is this a problem? First, it is a waste of money to use antibiotics to treat viruses. Our body's immune system eventually combats most viruses, and we recover without treatment. But more importantly, bacteria exposed to an antibiotic can become resistant to it, making the antibiotic less effective or even useless. If antibiotics no longer work against infections and diseases, people will begin to die from them again. If scientists had recognized that bacteria could develop resistance, perhaps they would have warned doctors not to use antibiotics unless a patient has a bacterial infection. Hopefully, Worldwide awareness of this threat to an important class of drugs will convince us to avoid using them for conditions that don't require them. Some diseases caused by bacteria: tuberculosis, plague, pertussis, streptococcal sore throat, strep throat. Some diseases caused by viruses: influenza or the flu, polio, AIDS, the common cold, hepatitis.
Hepatitis. Alright. Some disease caused by bacteria. Tuberculosis plus pertussis. And some disease caused by virus. Oh, okay. Bacteria y virus. Different.
Teacher, so you told me it's vacuums, but he said machines. So
Exactly. Cuando hiciste esa cohesión, estaba como en otra parte. Me acordé fue de vacuum cleaner. Sí. Estaba ya esperando que se acabara para decirte eso. Es correcto. Vacuna.
Okay.
Machine, es correcto. Very good. Por un momento, sentí que este audio de casi 4 minutos estaba diciendo cosas que no estaban aquí. Lo sentí más largo de lo que realmente hay aquí, honestamente. Pero bueno, good history. Let me see. Antibiotics. What are antibiotics? Talk about any history about the penicillin. The benefits. Obviously, it's for the health. Better health life, right? Always antibiotics. Let me check. According to the reading, antibiotics focus on the invention and discovery about important medical, right? What is the benefit antibiotics means?
That like fight with the bacteria and virus.
2. What are antibiotics not effective against the common cold?
Teacher, I really don't know.
Against, en contra. Virus en bacteria. Entonces eso es un virus, no una bacteria. Por lo tanto no hay efecto. It's different.
So antibiotics is just for bacteria.
Exactly. No for virus. Porque un virus es como... Un virus puede ser de flu, sí. Una gripa. Influenza or flu es una gripa. O un common cold es un resfriado común, ¿verdad? The common cold está resfriado. Y luego se toma un té y eso fast fashion. Not necessary to be a bacteria. Bacteria is different. What are the antibiotics effects against the street throat? Street throat es ese dolor en la garganta, ¿verdad? Garganta, no en el cuello, garganta, throat. Cuello por fuera, garganta por dentro. Right.
Because it's caused by a bacteria.
Exactly. 4. What problem has ovaries antibiotics cause?
Teacher, I don't know.
What problem has overdose antibiotics cause? What problem? Antibiotics are substances that work in two ways. Some antibiotics, such as penicillin, kill disease-causing bacteria. Aquí está la respuesta. Causing bacteria. Others, such as tales como tetracycline, stop them from the
Teacher, is
multiplying.
it the right?
Mhm.
The answer is in the right.
Ah.
Overuse of antibiotics is the title.
Exactly. Overs antibiotics have been considered a wonder drug. Many common diseases, however, are caused by virus, not bacteria. Aquí está. And antibiotics are not effective again. Now, choose the correct words to complete the sentence. 1. Miss, tell me.
What means chronocuring?
Ocurriendo.
No, but chronocuring. What is the translation of that?
The pronunciation? Occurring,
No, the
normal.
translation. The translation.
Prevent
So-
disease from occurring. Prevenir enfermedades.
Prevenir.
Si lo metemos en un situation, ¿cierto? Sería prevenir enfermedades que pueden ocurrir.
Okay.
¿Sí? Porque obviamente siempre tenemos que enfocarnos allí en la situation. ¿Qué dice? Pero ¿a qué se refiere, verdad?
A machine.
Ok. Let me check. Next.
Tetracycline can cause infections, disease.
Okay, next. Another one.
Bacteria are small organisms that can only be seen with a microscope.
Exactly.
Penicillin is a drug that kills bacteria. The common cold and influenza are common upper respiratory infections. Some antibiotics are no longer effective because certain bacteria have developed resistance to antibiotics.
All right. Let me share. Now you can discuss the impact of invention and discoveries. First, the blow loosen and turns the soils to craft can be placed efficiently organized. Miss, read the second.
Okay, Johannes Gutenberg invents typecasting, resulting in the printing press, which could print more than one copy of a book.
Okay.
The discovery by Edward Jenner of the process of vacination made the first successful vaccine possible.
Vaccination, okay.
The modern zipper permits the opening and closing of clothes without buttons and buttonholes. And the first electronic computers, the size of a large room, enable users to organize and examine information. The computer opened a new era of communications and research technology.
That's great. Let me order to finally about this. Write your ideas about how life was before, after its invention or discoveries. Okay. The flow. Before and after.
More effort of humans to sembrar, to plant it efficiently,
Exactly.
and after there are more crops and yes, less effort by humans to do this.
The printing press.
Less books because just one copy and more time to achieve more copies, and now there are a lot of copies of just one book.
Vaccination.
A lot of disease, a lot of deaths, and after the life of humans increase, like, ¿cómo le dice? Pues la edad humana como que ya duran más los humanos.
Is more, no, is longer. ¿Cierto? Dura más.
Okay.
Easier, más fácil, longer, más larga. Better, mejor.
The cipher, a lot of buttons, a lot of yes, and now more ways to develop the clothes.
Exactly, good. Alright. Miss, any question about this lesson? Invention, discoveries, the impact?
No.
Let me check. Okay, Miss, don't forget to send me what video? Let me check. Video Unit 9, right? That's right.